Hello chemistry students, I'm going to go through and just show you some examples identifying reaction types. The directions here say identify the following reactions as synthesis, decomposition, single replacement, or double replacement. There's no combustion reactions on this practice, but you would recognize those if you see a hydrocarbon plus oxygen makes carbon dioxide and water. Alright, so the first one, you start with one compound and it breaks down into two, so that has got to be a decomposition. The next one, compound and a compound, and then it makes another compound and another compound, and you might recognize, hey look, this is an acid, this is a base, this is a salt, and then this is water, and be like, hey look, that's a double replacement because it looks like the H and the Na switch places with each other. So you ended up doing a double replacement here to make the salt and the water. Alright, in this one, number 3, you start with the Mg and the HCl, and then you have MgCl2 and H2 afterwards. So it looks like the magnesium came in here and replaced the hydrogen, and then the hydrogen's out by itself. So just one thing switched places, so that is a single replacement. This one, element hydrogen, element oxygen, get together and make water. That is a synthesis. Alright, number 5. So we've got some aluminum and some nickel 2 bromide, and it looks like afterwards the aluminum's with the bromide and the nickel's by itself, so that is a single replacement. The aluminum replaced the nickel. Alright, number 6, the aluminum and the oxygen were separate, now they're together. That is a synthesis. Alright, next one, sodium and chloride were together, now they're apart. That is a decomposition. Calcium chloride and fluorine were started out as reactants in this, and then the fluorine ends up with the calcium, the chloride is separate. That is a halogen single replacement. So the fluorine replaced the chlorine got kicked out by itself. Alright, this one, so there's a lot of stuff you'll eventually start to recognize. A lot of the double replacements are just longer than the other ones. But anyways, silver was with nitrate to start with, now silver's with chloride. Potassium was with chloride to start with, now potassium's with nitrate. That was a double replacement. Silver and potassium switched places. By the way, silver chloride would be the precipitate there, because it's not soluble in water. Nitrogen and hydrogen were separate, now they're together. That is a synthesis. Hydrogen and oxygen are together in hydrogen peroxide, then they separate to form water and oxygen. The best way to describe that is a decomposition. Ammonium and sulfate together, now ammonium's with nitrate. Barium and nitrate together, now barium is with sulfate. That is a double replacement. The ammonium and the barium switch places with each other. Alright, let's do the last few here. Alright, so the magnesium and iodine are together to start with. Now magnesium is with bromine afterwards, so it looks like this is a halogen replacement. The bromine switches places with the iodine. That's a single replacement. Okay, let's see. SO3, H2O, two things separate, two substances separate of one another. Afterwards they form a single compound. That is a synthesis. Alright, potassium's with chloride. Now potassium is with phosphate. Zinc was with phosphate, now zinc is with chloride. That is a double replacement. The potassium and the zinc switch places with each other. Thanks for watching.